Welcome to the State of Wyoming Subject Matter Minute, where we cover a wide variety of subjects related to State of Wyoming employment. This information is for you and me, the state employee. From hidden benefits to systems and processes, we'll make your job easier by giving you the lowdown, the how-to, and hopefully entertain you a bit along the way. And now, today's Subject Matter Minute. Hello and welcome to the Subject Matter Minute. I'm Matt Nagy. Thanks for joining me. Now today I am going to cut right to the chase because we have a lot of information to cover. I'm not going to talk about my mullet or my teenagers. I'm just going to get right to it. Okay, today I want to talk about your retirement or the Public Employee Pension Plan. All right, the Public Employee Pension Plan. I hope I didn't pop that too much in your ears. Or otherwise known as your retirement with the state. Okay. First of all, it's the largest pension plan administered by Wyoming Retirement System. They also administer 7 others for other types of employees. You can see them here on this list. But today we're going to talk about the one that covers most of us. So in case you didn't know, the pension plan is the mandatory retirement that you get with the state. Okay. There's a ton of great information on the Wyoming Retirement System website. I got some links down below. Be sure to click through them. You'll get some more information in addition to what we talk about today. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing about our pension plan is that you can't outlive your benefits. Okay. So we're putting in a portion of our income monthly, but even when that runs out, you will still get a monthly payment for the rest of your life. There's another name for it. It's called a defined benefit plan, and that's because it's based on a formula and not the contributions. Okay? So the formula is based on your age, service credits or years of service, and highest average salary. A lot of people tend to focus on the amount in the account, and that's kind of natural because, with a 457 or just a side investment account, an IRA, that's the money that you're going to be using for retirement. But in the case of a pension, the only reason you would need to focus on that is if you leave the state and cash out your account, or if you die before retirement. Should you die before retirement, your beneficiary is entitled to either your pension as you would have gotten it, or a lump sum. So it's very important that you keep your beneficiary information up to date. There are over 450 employers in the state who use this same plan. So if you were to leave the state and work for another one of those employers, your pension travels with you. You can just continue on. Things are a bit different for UW and community college employees. When they first become employees, they need to choose between 2 retirement entities, the Wyoming Retirement System or TIAA. Once they make that choice, they have to stick with it forever, or at least until they terminate employment. All right, so otherwise getting this ball rolling is easy. Your employer signs you up and sets up the monthly contributions. Okay, so the contributions. You do, as an employee, contribute to the pension, as does the state. All right, so there's a link down below to a page that I'm going to show you right now. Basically, the state and the employee pay a percentage of the employee's income, okay? Right now, this year, the total employee percentage is 8.5% and the total employer is 8.62. However, I'm not sure why they even list it like this because in our case, the employer actually pays 5.57% of our percentage. Okay. So really you're paying 2.93% of your salary towards the pension. Okay. Now you can see they've got it scheduled to go up, but even by 2021, it's only going to be 3.68% that we are contributing. The state is covering the rest. So not bad at all. Okay, so you qualify for a lifetime benefit once you're vested and reach retirement age. You need 48 service credits to be vested. Usually this means 48 months. Okay, it's different depending on how many hours a month you work. Okay, most state employees are full-time and are going to get a month of service for every month they work. All right, if you're part-time or seasonal, it's different. So if you work 86 or more hours in a month, you receive 1 month of service credit. Okay. If you work 40 to 85 hours, you get a half service credit. And if you work 1 to 39 hours in a month, you get a quarter service credit. So that's how you figure that out. So once you get 48 service credits, you are vested, which means that even if you quit state employment, you can eventually get your pension benefits when you retire, when you reach that age. Okay? So when can you retire and start collecting? Well, currently there's two different scenarios. It depends on when you were hired. Okay? So currently we have two tiers. They call them tiers. If you were hired before September 1st, 2012, you are in tier 1. If you were hired on or after September 1st, 2012, you're in tier 2. Okay? Tier 1 folks get to retire at age 60, and tier 2 folks have to wait until they're 65, or both of them in either tier, you can retire if you reach the rule of 85. Okay, so I got hosed. I feel like I got hosed. I literally became an employee 2 months after the change to tier 2. So tier 1 folks get to retire at age 60, and they have a higher multiplier percentage. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Than tier 2. Us poor folks in tier 2 have to wait till 65, and it's less a percentage of our max income. Anyways, missed it by 2 months. Yeah. All right. So you've probably heard of the rule of 85. Under the rule of 85, you qualify for retirement benefits if your years of service and your age equal 85 or more. All right. So stop doing math. Do that after the show. Okay. Keep watching. All right. So how much money can you expect to receive when you retire? All right. Well, simply put, the equation is this. You have a multiplier. Like I mentioned, it's different for tier 1 and tier 2. Times the years of service times your average monthly salary. Now, the average monthly salary differs on tiers and differs if you're in those other plans, but don't worry about that. That's not a big deal. It's your highest average monthly salary. Okay, so let's do a quickie here. Some quick math. Let's say your top salary is $4,000 a month. You've worked for the state for 20 years and you're tier 2. I'm going to do tier 2 because it's a little more simple. All right. All right, so that's 4,000 times 20 times 0.02 because tier 2 is 2%. Okay, so that means that if that's my highest average salary when I retire, I'm going to be making $1,600 a month. All right, not too shabby. Or you can go to the WRS site and they have a calculator on there. Let's show it to you right here. You can play around with the numbers. You can change your age at retirement, your years of service, your highest average salary, and kind of play around with the numbers to see what would work best for you. Now, you can also log in and do an estimate, but the problem with that is that it says that your highest average salary is your current salary. So, I mean, at the current rate of raises at the state, that might be the case, especially if you're getting close. But hopefully, at least us that can't retire for a while, hopefully our highest average salary will be more than that. So the best scenario is to use that calculator that we just showed you. All right, so now your options when you leave employment with the state. All right, so you can keep your pension. You can leave it with the state, or you can take a lump sum. You can cash out. Now, if you leave it with the state, you will, same scenario. When you retire, you will get a lifetime benefit if you're vested when you leave the state. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things to consider when you're doing this. WRS has a whole bunch of information on it. I got links down below to a brochure that talks about the questions you should ask yourself. So check that out if you're getting close. Okay. And you're trying to decide what to do. Now, if you want to leave your job and take a refund, you would get your contributions plus interest, not the state's. Okay. So the amount that you put in plus interest. You also have some time to think about it. You do not have to make this decision right away. So take your time, read up on the choices, and make a good decision. Like I mentioned, there are a ton of employers out there who also use this pension plan. So if you move to one of them or leave the state and come back to the state and did not cash out your pension, then it will continue on where you left off. Okay, I think that's enough for today. That's a lot of information, like I mentioned. We're going to have a round 2 with more information, so be sure to tune in next month. So today I covered what a pension is, how much comes out of your check, when you become vested, how you accumulate service credits, when you can retire, how much you can expect to get via the formula, and what you can do if you leave employment. All right, so stay tuned next month for information on what happens if you die before you retire, beneficiaries, applying for retirement, retirement payments, and more. That'll do it for the Subject Matter Minute this month. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. You have been watching the Subject Matter Minute with Matt Nagy. Please help us out by subscribing. And join us next month when we'll cover another topic of interest for all State of Wyoming employees. Again, thank you for joining us on the Subject Matter Minute.